go to Facebook. Go to Manual's Time. So where it says save. Oh, sorry, go to Snider Live. Go to Manual's Time. Then go to No Live.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home, or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone, or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, 1 website. SummitCitySports.com. Live streamed high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
It's the comets.
Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the sky.
There's Ryan looking to center into the slot to Esther, but broken up by Scott. He shoots, hit, scores!
Now the sticks are up. And now this is bad news. Everyone going at it down here in the corner.
Fort Wayne Hockey.
McClung with the deke.
6 teams.
Bone cutter to Ryan Freeby with the shot from the point. He scores!
Live stream games new this season. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
Homestead High School in Fort Wayne, where tonight we have a girls-boys doubleheader of SAC basketball right here on SummitCitySports.com. Thanks so much for joining us here, whether it's on YouTube or on Facebook Live or on SummitCitySports.com. Make sure you're following us on Twitter as well at 260sports, and like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports. And while you're at it, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. So tonight it's Snider visiting Homestead. Our girls game set to tip off in just about 5 or so minutes at 6 o'clock. And Snider at 8-9 on the season against the Homestead Spartans at 15-2. Hi everyone, John Nolan. So glad to have you with us here. And later on tonight, it'll be the boys game set to start at approximately 7:45. That's pitting a 2-7 Snider team against a 5-6 Homestead boys side. And here taking a look at the matchup on the girls side to start things off. It's the Snider Panthers at 8-9, led by second-year head coach Greg Friend. It is a somewhat trying year for the Panthers so far, and for Homestead, a different season than normal, or at least in comparison to the last few years, as well as the Spartans have suffered a loss against an SAC opponent this year for the first time since they joined the conference a few years ago. Had a setback and a surprising upset loss to Bishop Luers during the SAC Holiday Tournament presented by Parkview Sports Medicine, but they have since bounced back at a big non-conference win against Lawrence North. And then in SAC action last Friday night, they had a big win against Southside. So right now, Homestead is in the driver's seat to once again win an SAC regular season title. At this point, the Spartans are 6-0 in the conference, with Southside behind them at 5-1, but Homestead has that head-to-head advantage. Northrop still in the race, as well as the Bruins are 5-1. Concordia at 3-3, and Snider at 3-3 as well. Middle of the pack, followed by Carroll at 2-3. Bishop Luers is 2-4, as is Bishop Dwenger. Northside at 1-4, and Wayne High School at 0-6 in the league. Everyone's playing in the SAC as usual on this Friday night. And by the way, I hope that you're able to stay safe and sound with the weather that we've had here and the conditions of the roads. These two schools, in fact, did not have regular school days today. Instead, had an e-learning day for community schools were postponed by the weather this morning as well. But nevertheless, everyone's ready to tip off here tonight. Bishop Luers is at Carroll, Northside's at Northrop, Southside's at Concordia, and Wayne's at Dwenger. All girls, boys, doubleheaders, and all games right here on SummitCitySports.com, streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube. Homestead right now, even with that one loss in the SAC Holiday Tournament against Bishop Luers, still the class of Northeast Indiana basketball. Spartans, if you go by the SAC ratings, are rated number 12 overall and the state 11th among Class A schools. If you check out the most recent polls, not computer polls, but polls that coaches vote on, and the state Homestead right now checks in the top 20, and the Spartans ranked as high as number 4 right now. And the Indiana Basketball Coaches Association poll, Homestead ranks tied for 7th with Lawrence North. Considering the Spartans is the beat of Lawrence North, you have to give them the edge there in the rankings. Snider rates as the 105th best team overall in the state according to the SAC ratings. Snider ranked 62nd by the computers in Class 4A. Snider coming off of a loss last time out against Northrop, 64-51 last Friday. Homestead mentioned they had to win against Southside. That was a really fun game, and the Spartans were down 58-55. So among common opponents, Snider 3-4 on the season. Homestead 6-1. Fellow SAC schools. They haven't shared any non-conference opponents within the state. Snider this year has played a difficult schedule. Their opponents with an overall record of 159-137. Homestead's schedule, though, just on another level, as the Spartans challenge themselves outside the SAC. The Spartans' opponents this year have a combined record of 1-8 against 98 losses. This will be the 20th meeting between these two over the last 15 years. Homestead has dominated the series, winning 14 of the last 19 contests, including last year when they played at Snider. And it was the Spartans who won on the road 73-50. So Homestead, the favorite in this matchup, but we'll see if Snider, hard-nosed team, can come on the road and perhaps catch the Spartans off guard and at least hang in there and give them a game. Snider got off to a slow start this year. Out of conference loss at Noblesville, had a home loss as well to Huntington North before they reeled off 3 straight wins, one at Columbia City. Started off SAC play with a win at Bishop Luers, then played in an out-of-conference tournament with a win over Canterbury, a setback to Hamilton Heights. Saw Canterbury again in the non-conference and had a win. With the start of SAC play, Snider lost at home against Southside to begin. Had a non-conference loss at Northridge. Followed that up with a loss in the SAC against Bishop Dwenger at home, but won at Wayne. Had a 4-game winning streak with a non-conference win against East Noble, a victory at Northside. Then had an opening round win in the SAC Holiday Tournament against Wayne. Fell to Northrop, though, in the SAC Tournament, 54-48, and lost at North Central last week to open up the new year down in Indianapolis, and then back in SAC play last Friday. Lost to Northrop 64-51, but a week of practice since for Coach Friend and his squad. And now back at it here tonight against Homestead. Had that 3-point win against Southside last week. Before that, their first game in 2018 was a 44-38 win against Lawrence North. Good way to respond after that stunning loss to Bishop Luers in the SAC Holiday Tournament. The only other loss for Homestead this year was in their opening game right here against Carmel, all the way back on November 4th. One of those examples of Homestead really challenging itself in the non-conference part of its schedule. Wins, though, against Northridge, on the road at Wayne and Concordia, and Huntington North. Home wins here against Jay County and Carroll. Road victories against Dwenger and Greenfield Central and Norwell. And had a win against Luers the first time they met in the regular season. Let's take a listen to the Homestead High School band performing the national anthem.
Once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Principal Mark Ginder and Athletic Director Joe Walker.
Right now, public address announcer Adam Schenkel getting set to introduce the starting lineups here for Homestead and Snider at Homestead High School. Let's listen in.
And our own Homestead Spartans. Introducing tonight's starting lineups. First for Snider. Starting at one guard, 5'5" junior, number 3, Naija Hardy. And another guard, 5'8" sophomore, number 22, Peyton Gorman. And a third guard, 5'7" junior, number 23, Dilacia Davis. At 1'4", 5'8" senior, number 31, Hannah Barnes. And at the other forward, 5'9" sophomore, number 40, Delaney Rice. And coach of Snider, Mr. Greg Friend. And now introducing the starting lineup for your Homestead Spartans. Starting at one guard, a 5'6" junior, number 2, Kara Deely. At another guard, a 5'8" junior, number 10, Solaire Starks. At a third guard, a 5'11" senior, number 20, Lauren Selke. Junior number 30, Haley Swing. And at the other forward, a 6-foot sophomore number 32, Sydney Graver. The Spartans are coached by Mr. Ron Parker.
So there you have it, the starting lineups here tonight for Homestead and Snider SAC basketball right here on SummitCitySports.com. Tonight's broadcast presented in part by Parkview Sports Medicine, where it's game on. Parkview Sports Medicine's elite team of experts in orthopedic surgery, athletic rehabilitation, nutrition, and sports performance training offers athletes coordinated care and instant access at the new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic inside the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse. Also, ParkviewSportsMedicine.com is the new go-to for local sports with scores and highlights for all area schools. PSM wants to celebrate the accomplishments of athletes on and off the field. Check it out at ParkviewSportsMedicine.com. Homestead at home in the white, Snider on the road in black, and it's the Spartans with the game's opening possession. Kara Gilly dishes up top. The Spartans work it from side to side. Lauren Selking feeds to Solaire Starks, the junior who transferred to Homestead this year from Concordia. Comes into this game 22 points shy of 1,000 for her career. First foul of the night goes against the Panthers. And it's on Nyasia Hardy. Don't forget tonight's broadcast also brought to you by Big Eyed Fish, supporting Fort Wayne area athletics. And there's the first buck of the night from Kara Keeley, a 5'6" junior. Big Eyed Fish supports Fort Wayne area athletics and has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Originally located at historic 1502 North Wells Street, you can also visit their express locations at 3001 Hillegas Road and their express north location and 10380 Leo Road. Big Eyed Fish has a 4.3 star ranking out of 5 with over 215 Google reviews. Find them at originalbigeyedfish.com and bigeyedfishexpress.com. Like their Facebook pages for updated promotions. Enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at Big Eyed Fish. Delaney Rice hands off for Hardy. Homestead this season has allowed on average just 43 points per game. Snider offensively this year has scored about 48 points a night, while also allowing 48 points. Homestead's offense averages 58 points a game. Snider turns it over. A steal for Hannah Barnes. Barnes, the only senior in the starting lineup for a relatively young Snider team. It's fumbled around. Nyasia Hardy comes away with it. Davis pops the three and connects. Snider with the early lead. Geely into the corner for Sydney Graber. Back up for Kara Geely. Geely puts it on the deck in the corner. Solaire Starks off the mark. And a rebound for Hannah Barnes. Peyton Gorman spins, misfires, and a rebound for Sydney Graber. It's Starks. Up top, the three, around and out for Sydney Graber. Delasia Davis up ahead for Snider. A steal. Lauren Selking up ahead. And the layup is good for Haley Swing, and Homestead retakes the lead. Homestead plays man-to-man. Hannah Barnes around the screen. Barnes driving. And that's a traveling violation. Turnover to Homestead.
Timeout called by Snider. It'll be a full timeout.
It's a timeout on the floor called by Snider. And with that, we'll take a quick timeout as well here. You're watching SAC basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
It's more than winning state championships and titles. It's more than challenging your cross-city rivals. FWCS Athletics brings out the best in students, giving them confidence, discipline, and a will to persevere. See how we compete and see what we do at FortWayneSchools.org.
Thanks again for joining us here on SummitCitySports.com. It's Fort Wayne and Snider in an SAC regular season matchup. Coach Friend calling that timeout and trying to keep his group on track here a little more than midway through the first quarter. It's a Snider team this year that's been led in scoring by Delasia Davis, who's averaging 15 points a game, as is Hannah Barnes. Those are the only two double-figure scores that Snider has. Right now, Snider on the defensive end. Inside, Haley Swing. Snider the other way. Hardy, stutter step, throws it off the window. No, an offensive rebound for Davis. It's out of bounds to Homestead. Into the front row of the Homestead student section. Imagine the gym will continue to fill up here over the course of the evening. A girls-boys doubleheader. Foul down low. It's the second foul against Snider.
Foul on Snider, number 31, Hannah Barnes.
It's on Hannah Barnes. Snider with a steal. Delasia Davis into the paint, and it's good off the glass. 5 minutes in, and it's Snider 5, Homestead 4. Down low on the block, and the shot off the glass not good for Sydney Graber. Davis, the 5'7" junior. Motions for the offense to go. Kara Geely got her hand on the cookie jar, a steal. And it's Spartans ball. Two and a half minutes remaining in the first quarter. Riley Parker into the game off the bench. kicks into the corner, and Karagili knocks down the three. The 5'6" junior with the tray, and it's Homestead retaking the lead. Anna Barnes on the drive. Lost the handle. Geely bursts down the floor. Solaire Starks attacks and finishes. Homestead with its largest lead so far at 9-5. A feed down low. It's off the hands of Delaney Rice. Sophomore couldn't hang on. Another Snider turnover. That was a good look inside, though. Gelia shot fake. Bounce pass to the post. And Sydney Graber's fouled. Delacia Davis, the culprit for Snider. It's her first and the team's third. And it puts Graber, who's only a sophomore, at the foul line. And the first is good. Graber last year as a freshman saw minutes on Homestead's state championship team. The Spartans reloading this year. Coach Rod Parker has said in some ways this has been more of a fun season for him as a coach because there was just such a great talent disparity for Homestead against its opponents, especially its Fort Wayne area ones in recent years. Whereas this year, you see still plenty of talent out there for Homestead, but not as much of a dominating bunch. Though they could be building that way as they play only one senior. In fact, have only one senior on the roster, and Lauren Selking, one of the sophomores, Riley Parker, coach's daughter, makes the first. One more to come. Parker makes them both. Tamara Wade with the handle, and she's fouled on the floor. First foul called against Homestead. It comes 7 minutes in. And that one goes against Riley Parker. It's her first. Tamara Wade up high. Naija Hardy shimmies the shoulders. 45 seconds to go in the first quarter. A lob inside. Nice pass in the post. No good off the glass for Nakai Boone. Half a minute left in the first quarter. Homestead may hold for the final shot. On the block. No good on the first effort for Brianna Lucas. And now a foul against Snider. It's the 5th foul against the Panthers. And it's on Nakai Boone, her first. 10 seconds. In the corner, 3-ball, good. Sydney Graber from downtown. And at the end of the first quarter, it's Homestead 15, Snider 5 here on SummitCitySports.com.
like the morning, your smile brings the sunshine.
The Parkview Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
It's the comets. Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the
sky. Mitchell Van Brocklin behind the camera. John Nolan, glad to have you along here on SummitCitySports.com. Homestead closed the first quarter on an 11-0 run to take a 10-point lead now here into this second quarter. And as we remind you that tonight's broadcast brought to you in part by the Fort Wayne Comets, who've won 9 championships over 65 years of calling Fort Wayne home. The Comets have attracted over 1.2 million fans to the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum over just the past 4 years, with an average attendance of over 7,500 fans per game. For game info and tickets, go to Comets.com. You can also follow the Comets on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Solaire Starks tees up a 3 and buries it. So Starks draws closer to 1,000 career points. And now a steal. Lauren Selking with the interception. Homestead in transition. Starks on the drive, count it, and a foul.
Foul ball on Peyton Gorman Snider. The basket is good at the line shooting one for Homestead, number 10, Solaire Starks.
Starks just knocked down a 3, now has a chance at an old-fashioned three-point play. Shot off the mark for Delasia Davis. Selking for 3. Rattles down. Homestead's heating up. Well, it was once a 5-4 advantage for Homestead, or rather for Snider in the early going. And it's turned into now a decisive lead here for Homestead. It's Starks again. Hesitation, misses off the window. An offensive rebound for Haley Swing. And now Snider the other way. Davis on the break, lost control. Starks up and down for Homestead. A pull-up jumper, good. With her tippy toe on the line. Two minutes into this second quarter, and Homestead's in control on a 22-0 run. Homestead 15-2 on the year against this 8-9 Snider group. Snider 3-3 in the SAC. Homestead the only undefeated team in the SAC in the regular season at 6-0. Right now, in position to win a 3rd consecutive SAC title in as many years since joining the conference. Again, the Snider team has a couple of double-figure scores in Davis and Barnes, who both average 15 a game. That's high off the glass for Peyton Gorman. And a timeout called by Homestead, a 30-second timeout. That's the first one used by head coach Rod Parker, who now is in his 17th year guiding Homestead a remarkable career record here of 285 wins against 114 losses, coming off of a state title last year. Trips down to Indianapolis and the state championship game twice in recent years. The premier program around Northeast Indiana, one of the premier programs around the state, period. And for Snider in the huddle there for head coach Greg Friend, he's trying to build towards something like that. Coach Friend in his second year at Snider. Previous stops at Northside during the 2006-2007 season, followed up a couple years after that at Bishop Luers, where he won 2 state sectional titles. At 3 on the wing, off the mark for Lauren Selking, and Snider takes possession. Coach Friend doing more than just coaching tonight. He has the towel and cleans up a wet spot on the hardwood. Don't forget tonight's broadcast also brought to you in part by Parkview's new Ortho Express Clinic, your new home for all your orthopedic needs. Instant access to physicians, x-rays, physical therapy, performance, and their sports dietitian are all at your fingertips at the new Parkview Ortho Express. Parkview Ortho Express meets the athlete when and where they're playing inside the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse with evening and weekend hours. Parkview Ortho Express. Learn more at parkviewsportsmedicine.com. Dribble, drive, and kick, and the 3 goes down. Naisha Hardy, the 5'5" junior guard, ends the drought for Snider. It was a 22-0 run for Homestead. Now a chance for Snider to score here on back-to-back possessions and begin a little run of their own. Halfway through the second quarter. In game 1 of 2 here at Homestead High School tonight. The boys' game to follow this one. 3 not there for Hannah Barnes, and a defensive rebound for Lauren Selking. Kara Keeley pushes it down the floor. Finds Sydney Graber in the corner. Bottoms up. Homestead so prolific from deep last year, led by Carissa McLaughlin, one of the finest shooters really in Fort Wayne area history. And Madison Parker as well. These days, McLaughlin playing on the other side of the state for the Boilermakers at Purdue. And Parker playing Division I as well at Bowling Green. There's another 3 for Graber. Not this time. Good hustle in the corner, and it stays with Homestead. What a heady play by the only senior on the team, Lauren Selking, who hustled after it in the corner and threw it out of bounds off an opponent. Applause for Haley Swing and Sydney Graber as they go to the bench. Substitution out for Snider as well, as Jaysha Lee, a sophomore, comes onto the floor. This Snider roster has 4 freshmen on it, a handful of sophomores too. Long rebound for one of those sophomores, Peyton Gorman. She's a speedster, not only here on the court, but especially on the track. And there's a bucket for Hannah Barnes. Peyton Gorman, though, last year as a freshman, won both the 100 and the 200 at the SAC championship meet. Rebound for Barnes. Look at a 3 off the iron for Gorman. Gilly runs the offense and calls the play. High on the wing for Sophia Buck. Homestead shows some patience on this trip. Spartans run a set. Down low, Amber Austin up strong, denied. Delacia Davis for Snider, and there's a foul on the floor. Only the second foul of the half against Homestead. Snider has committed 6 fouls so far.
Foul call number 2, Caragili, Homestead.
That's a blocking foul against Caragili, her first. .90 seconds to go in the first half. A feed inside goes off the hands of Davis. Riley Parker wants 3. Too strong. But an offensive rebound for Sophia Buck. Buck on the perimeter. Starks. And a tough whistle for Snider. Tiana Davis did a nice job of grabbing the rebound. She's one of the freshmen who plays for the Panthers. But as she grabbed that rebound, hit the deck, it's a travel, and Homestead has it with exactly a minute to go in the second quarter.
Lucas in for Homestead. Peyton Gorman in for Snider.
Starks on the drive, left it short. The board for Davis. Nice crossover on the attack. The travel is called. The turnovers have plagued the Panthers in this first half. Remember, midway through the first quarter, Snider actually had a lead 5-4. And then from there, Homestead went on a 22-0 run. A commanding 19-point lead with 43 seconds to go in the first half. Gilly tees up the 3. Short. And a rebound for another freshman, it's Tamara Wade. 20 seconds to go in the half. Under 10. Davis for 3. Wide right. 2 seconds to go. At the buzzer. Nope. For Hannah Barnes. And that does it for the first 16 minutes at Homestead High School. It's the Spartans 29 and the Snider Panthers 10. SAC basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
It's more than winning state championships and titles. It's more than challenging your cross-city rivals. FWCS Athletics brings out the best in students, giving them confidence, discipline, and a will to persevere. See how we compete and see what we do at FortWayneSchools.org.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home, or when you're on the go, the same night the pigskin touches the end zone or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, 1 website. SummitCitySports.com. Live streamed high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
Beautiful baby, you're sweeter than strawberry pie. Just like the morning, your smile brings the sunshine.
The Parkview Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
It's the comets. Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the sky.
There's Ryan looking to center into the slot to Esther, but broken up by Scott. He shoots, hits guard!
Now the sticks are up. And now this is bad news. Everyone going at it down here in the corner.
Fort Wayne Hockey.
Plong with the deke.
6 teams.
Bone cutter to Ryan Freebie with the shot from the point. He scores!
Live stream games new this season. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
Hey, Jeff. Thanks again for joining us at Homestead High School tonight. SAC basketball, it's a girls-boys doubleheader. All 10 teams in the conference in action tonight, and all the games are right here on SummitCitySports.com and streaming live on both Facebook and on YouTube. And tonight's broadcast made possible by our friends at Parkview Sports Medicine, where it's game on. Our elite team of experts in orthopedic surgery, athletic rehabilitation, nutrition, and sports performance training offers athletes coordinated care and instant access at the new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic inside the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse. Also, ParkviewSportsMedicine.com is the new go-to for local sports with scores and highlights for all area schools. BSM wants to celebrate the accomplishments of athletes on and off the field. Check them out at ParkviewSportsMedicine.com. To make sure Parkview Sports Medicine is part of your team, give them a call at 260-266-4007 or log on to ParkviewSportsMedicine.com. And while you're there, you can also keep up with scores from around the area tonight. Our broadcast here also brought to you thanks to Big Eyed Fish, supporting Fort Wayne area athletics, and it's been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Originally located at historic 1502 North Wells Street, you can also visit their express locations at 3001 Hillegas Road and their express north location at 10380 Leo Road. Big Eyed Fish has a 4.3 star ranking out of 5 with over 215 Google reviews. Find them at originalbigeyedfish.com and bigeyedfishexpress.com and like their Facebook pages for updated promotions. Enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne and a family-friendly environment at Big Eyed Fish. Two and a half minutes away from getting the second half started here at Homestead High School. Remember, in addition to visiting ParkviewSportsMedicine.com and SummitCitySports.com, really probably the best sources of information, follow Summit City Sports on Twitter at 260sports and like Summit City Sports' Facebook page. And also be sure to subscribe to Summit City Sports' YouTube channel. So in the first half, it was Snider that hung tough in the first half of the first quarter and actually led 5-4, but from there, Homestead caught fire, and Snider's turnovers hurt him. The Spartans went on a 22-0 run to take a 26-5 lead. Snider kind of regained its footing in the final few minutes of the second quarter, but right now, a pretty tall hill to climb, trailing 29-10 at the half. We'll take one more timeout, and when we come back, we'll be ready for the second half at Homestead High School. It's SAC basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
It's the comets. Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the sky.
With Mitchell Van Brocklin behind the camera, John Nolan, glad to have you with us here on SummitCitySports.com, Facebook, and YouTube. Third quarter now at Homestead High School. It's the Spartans who are 15-2 on the year and undefeated in regular season SAC action at 6-0 against the 8-9 Snider Panthers, who are 3-3 in the league. It was a 15-5 game at the end of the first quarter. 29-10 here now as we start the third quarter. Homestead was led in scoring in the first half by Solaire Starks, who poured in 10. Delacia Davis, the high scorer for Snider in the first half, with 9 of their points. Lauren Selking tees up with 3. That's short. And it's Snider basketball. So the first of 2 here tonight. The boys game set to start at approximately 7:45, about an hour from now. And we'll have it for you here on SummitCitySports.com. Fadeaway shot. Not there for Peyton Gorman. Homestead on a run out. Starks nearing 1,000 career points with the dish. And it's Haley Swing who scores off the backboard. Caragili with the strip, and she's fouled on the layup attempt. First foul of the second half on either side. Goes against Nyasia Hardy, her second. Pair good for Gilly. Jump ball, and the possession arrow says it stays with Snider.
Jump ball, possession to Snider.
Caragili in transition, high off the window. A reach-in foul against Gilly, her second, and Snider's first of the second half. You can see more Snider students starting to come in, dressed in white tonight, and some not dressed up all that much. Nice basket for Delasia Davis. Sydney Graber fighting through contact, no call. Snider the rebounds. Corner three. Offensive board for the Panthers. They reset the offense. Peyton Gorman tries from deep. And a rebound hauled in by Haley Swing. Not this time for Lauren Selking. There's the speedy Gorman, the track champ. Too fast for her own control there. And it's off of Homestead. Snider ball. A little more than midway through this third quarter. Elbow jumper short for Hannah Barnes. Solaire Starks banks it in. That's a dozen for Starks. I believe she's 10 shy of 1,000. Riley Parker got her hand in the passing lane. But a foul is called against Parker. Her second and the team's second. It's another steal for Kara Geely. Geely with speed. She's fouled. It's on Delacia Davis. Two free throws for Geely. Too strong on the first. Spartans in transition. Riley Parker for two. Deep three for Hannah Barnes. Front of the iron. Geely the long rebound. Geely bounce pass. Parker. It's saved in the corner by Sydney Graber. And now Geely resets the offense. Geely around the pick. Bounce pass down low. Good. And a foul. Brianna Lucas.
Snider goes into Calhoun. The basket is good. The line shooting one for the Spartans. Number 42, Brie Lucas. Number 12, Katie Felder. Number 14, Sophia Buck in for the Spartans. Also in the line for Homestead, number 44, Amy Preston.
.30 lead for Homestead and home against Snider. Spartans in the half court. Barnes cans the three. A steal inside. The freshman Samara Wade had the takeaway. Wade looks for her options. Hardy back for Wade. The bounce pass kicked. Snider keeps it. 75 ticks to go in the third quarter. Barnes with the turn, can't get the bucket. Up ahead, Sophia Buck on the drive. She's fouled. Fourth foul in this third quarter against Snider. It's on Hannah Barnes, her third. And so Sophia Buck, the 5'9" junior, shooting 2. Barnes spins. Her pass is picked off. .40 seconds to go in the third quarter. Traffic inside, and it's a travel on Amber Austin. Austin's the only freshman on the varsity roster for Homestead this season. Almost half the roster for Homestead 6 feet tall, including Austin. Brianna Lucas, another one of those 6-footers, hauls in the rebound. Less than 20 seconds to go in the quarter. Parker for Austin, around the perimeter. A steal with only 5 seconds to go in the quarter. Hardy for Barnes, a long 3, almost, but not quite. And at the end of 3 quarters, it's Homestead 42, Snider 15. It's an SAC doubleheader tonight on SummitCitySports.com.
The Homestead cheerleaders have some t-shirts in their hands. The louder you get, the better the chance of catching a t-shirt.
It's more than winning state championships and titles. It's more than challenging your cross-city rivals. FWCS Athletics brings out the best in students, giving them confidence, discipline, and a will to persevere. See how we compete and see what we do at FortWayneSchools.org.
With Mitchell Van Brocklin, behind the camera, John Nolan. Appreciate you tuning in here on this cold and snowy Friday in Fort Wayne. No school today, but game on, and no one's got a better game here than Solaire Starks. With that basket now, has 14 points in this game, and she's 8 shy of 1,000 for her career. A career that began at Concordia, where she spent the last couple of years, and now a marquee player for one of the top teams in the state. 3 on the wing, pure for Kara Gilly. A whistle down low, and a foul against Homestead. The second against the Spartans, rather the third against the Spartans in this second half. Goes against Sydney Graber, her first. And that free throw is good off the glass. Two free throws for Tiana Davis, one of the Snider freshmen. 30-point game, and Homestead coughs it up. So Starks nearing 1,000 for her career, but with Homestead up by 30, and with Coach Parker being the classy guy that he is, it's not a guarantee that the starters will play enough here in this fourth quarter for Starks to have a shot at 1,000. But who knows, maybe with it being kind of a thing that folks here are aware of, but being that Homestead's a program that's really team-oriented, and they certainly celebrate individuals and will take a moment to recognize Starks when she does reach 1,000 points. At the same time, maybe you want to just get it over with and out of the way so that it can be all business again going forward. Next up for Homestead, they're in action on Tuesday on the road at Warsaw. And then after that, just a couple more regular season games, a couple more SAC games for the Spartans, who will play at Northside on January 19th, next Friday. And then 2 weeks from tonight, the regular season finale is here against Northrop, and well, that could potentially decide the SAC title. Starks changes speeds, lost the handle. It's a steal for Tamara Wade, for Nyasia Hardy. A whistle blown though as Hardy had some equipment fall off. She brings it over to the bench and will be good to go. Baseline drive up top. Wade misfires on the three. Lauren Selking with the rebound. Kara Gilly pressured at midcourt. Gilly for Starks in the corner. Good for three. So Starks closing in on 1,000, and now Homestead's halfway to 100 tonight. Another rebound picked out of the air by Selking. Long pass from Gilly, who is hunting Starks out of bounds. It stays with Homestead. So we have Starks 5 away from 1,000. Starks, foul line jumper, off to the right. Selking battles for the board. It's off of her, and Snider gets it.
Number 32, Zoe Wilson in for Snider.
Plethora of options offensively for this Homestead team, but right now they do seem to be hunting Starks. The runner, no. Yet another rebound for Haley Swing, who can dribble it too. And off for the point guard, Gilly. Starks wants three. Gets an offensive rebound. Starks drives the baseline. From wing to wing. Starks sets up a screen. Starks inside. Good. Three away from 1,000. Homestead in a zone. An air ball plucked out of the air by Selking. A rare moment of sloppiness for Homestead. Nice cut. Good find. And the bucket off the window. Hannah Barnes. Starks for three. Iron Unkinds. Weak side rebounds. Jaisha Lee. And the interior. Barnes draws a foul.
Back on Homestead for 42, Bray Lucas to the line shooting. 2 for Snider for the 31, Hannah Barnes.
Tonight's broadcast thanks to Parkview's new Ortho Express Clinic, your new home for all your orthopedic needs. Instant access to physicians, x-rays, physical therapy, performance, and their sports dietitian, all at your fingertips at the new Parkview Ortho Express, where they meet the athlete when and where they're playing inside the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse with evening and weekend hours. Parkview Ortho Express. Learn more at parkviewsportsmedicine.com. Starks, the lone starter out there. Starks for three. Front of the iron. Rebound out to Starks. She's 3 away from 1,000 for her career. Starks for three, and there it is! 1,000 career points for Solaire Starks.
Ladies and gentlemen, with that last three-point basket, Solaire Starks.
Congratulations to the junior. Now with 1,000 high school points.
Solaire becomes only the 9th girls basketball player in school history to reach this milestone while wearing that Homestead jersey. The coaching staff and teammates appreciate her hard work and commitment to the Homestead basketball program. How about a big round of applause for Solaire Starks for this special accomplishment?
And a great moment there as Starks is celebrated for her accomplishment. And also give credit to Snider, classy on the Panthers' part, to agree to that moment right there to pause the game and celebrate the accomplishment of Solaire Starks. And essentially there, an intentional foul just to stop the clock and get Starks out of the game. And again, a nice round of applause for the junior who can soak this moment in, but certainly plenty more to check off the to-do list in this bright career of Solaire Starks. That one's tossed into the Homestead student section. Crowd building towards game 2 of tonight's doubleheader. The Snider boys and the Homestead boys here in southwest Allen County. Nice drive and bucket. Delacia Davis.
Back on Homestead for 14, Sophia Buck. Checking the lineup for the Spartans, number 50, Olivia Seifert. And number 44, Amber Alston.
We remind you one final time here tonight that our broadcast is presented in part by Big Eyed Fish, supporting Fort Wayne area athletics. Big Eyed Fish has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations, originally located at historic 1502 North Wells Street. You can also visit their express locations at 3001 Hillegas Road and their express north location at 10380 Leo Road. Big Eyed Fish has a 4.3 star ranking out of 5 with over 215 Google reviews. Find them at originalbigeyedfish.com and bigeyedfishexpress.com, and like Big Eyed Fish's Facebook pages for updated promotions. Enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at Big Eyed Fish. So Homestead on the verge of improving to 16-2 overall this year and 7-0 in the SAC in the regular season, while Snider will drop to 8-10 overall, 3-4 in the conference. Coming up for the Panthers, by the way, on Tuesday night they head on the road again at Belmont. Everyone can get it done for Homestead, 1 through 12 on this team. But for Snider at Belmont on Tuesday, they're at home next Friday night against Concordia. That'll be a good SAC matchup, as Concordia right now in the same company as Snider at the moment, both 3-3 in the conference. Concordia tonight has a tough matchup at home against Southside, and we'll try to give you an update on that score when we have it. Snider will conclude its regular season a couple Tuesdays from now at DeKalb, and then the regular season finale in SAC action at Carroll. Homestead foul down low. Only the 5th foul, actually the 7th foul of the half against Homestead. This would be 1-1, but it's deemed a shooting foul, so 2 free throws. And the first is good. Delacia Davis. So tonight, Solaire Starks needed 22 points to get to 1,000 for her career. She had 10 at the half. And at the half, it was 42-15 Homestead, and more of the same in this second half. No shot clock. Homestead, being deep in the bench, will attack. And there's a bucket for Amber Austin, the freshman, into the scoring column. And Homestead hits the 60-point mark. The officials do their job here till the end. A foul with 4.9 seconds remaining. Snider in the bonus. It's 1-1. A rebound for Olivia Seifert. It's out of bounds off Snider, and now Homestead will be able to throw it in and dribble it out. Final score, Homestead 60, Snider 24. The Spartans improved to 16-2 on the season as Solaire Starks reaches 1,000 points in her high school career. Snider now at 8-10. Homestead remains at the top of the SAC regular season standings. The Spartans now 7-0 in the conference, with just 2 to go to finish out what could be their 3rd straight undefeated regular season and the SAC. Snider drops below 500 in the conference at 3-4. So we thank you so much for joining us here for game one of our doubleheader tonight. And remember to stay tuned now for the boys game, which will be coming up in just about 20 to 30 minutes here at Homestead High School. And in the meantime, stay caught up on everything that's going on around the SAC by following 260 Sports on Twitter, liking Summit City Sports' Facebook page, and subscribing to the Summit City Sports YouTube channel. And stay logged on at SummitCitySports.com. For Mitchell Van Brocklin behind the camera, this is John Nolan saying thank you and so long from Homestead High School. This has been a presentation of SummitCitySports.com.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home, or when you're on the go, the same night the pigskin touches the end zone or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, 1 website. SummitCitySports.com. Live streamed high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
It's the comets. Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the sky.
There's Ryan looking to center into the slot to Esther, but broken up by Scott. He shoots, hit, scores!
Now the sticks are up. And now this is bad news. Everyone going at it down here in the corner.
Fort Wayne
Hockey. With the deke.
6 teams.
Bone cutter to Ryan Freeby with the shot from the point. He scores!
Live stream games new this season. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.